Never do this if you go to school in Japan. As someone who went to school in Japan for half of my life, I know things you should never do in gakko. But if you always wanted to know what it's like to go to school in Japan and learn the language of anime, here are 5 things you should never do in school in Japan to be accepted into the culture. Never go to school without wearing the proper uniform. The uniform is called seifuku, and in general, we got the kindergarten seifuku, we got the elementary school shogakusei, we got the middle school, and we got the high school. Each one of them has an overall vibe so you could tell what grade they're in. But you can never go to school without wearing it. It can't be dirty. You can't miss a tie or a ribbon. You better iron it each morning. It's serious business. Number 2, never break rules in front of your teacher and get caught. In Japan, unlike American teachers, they're not soft. They'll yell at you, scream at you, and it might even get a little physical. So here are some of the rules you should not break and some of the punishments that will come with it. Little warning. First one, you can't dye or curl or do things with your hair. It has to be in a natural state and it can't be that long. There's specific length to it. Makeups, are not allowed for the most part. You cannot be late. Chikoku means you're late, and if you're late, big punishments coming. You gotta be punctual. You can't snack during class. No snacking is allowed. And all the classmates has to clean up. There's a specific time of the day. It's a cleanup time, and you literally get some zokin, which is like a little raggedy cloth, and you have to like scrub everything down, even the floor. You have to get a broom. And if you get caught slacking, oh my god. If you're using the broom and acting like Rurouni Kenshin out here with your friends, oh my god. And the teacher notices it, oh my god. It happened to me once, and I'll tell you what I had to go through. You can't wear outdoor shoes. Indoors, there's a specific place to change your shoes, and the indoor shoes are called uwabaki. You can't wear outdoor shoes indoors. There's a bunch of other rules, but here are the punishments. These are some levels to it. First one is you get yelled at class, like really just screamed at in class. They tell you to stand up and you get just obliterated. Second level is you get told that you have to stay after school is over. So you have to stay after the class is done. And when everyone gets to leave, they tell you to sit right there and stay. Little public display. The third, you actually get yelled at and then get told to stand right outside of class holding 2 buckets of water filled up to the rim. This actually happened to me once when I was playing a little bit with the broom during cleanup time, me and my friend Hiroto, and we were out there with the 2 buckets just standing for at least a couple of hours. I don't know what 2 buckets of water taught me during that life, but I still remember it, so maybe it does teach something. Number 3, you should never disrespect your senpai. Now, I think on the internet there's an abundance of misconception of what senpai and the senpai culture actually is. 私に気づいてよ. Senpai is actually not that popular in Japan. Not as much compared to the weeb culture of the United States or anywhere else. So let's first break down what senpai actually is for the people. So senpai in school would be someone that is in an older grade or upperclassman than you, and a younger grade or underclassman would be called kohai. And you might be thinking as you learn some of this senpai stuff, I don't like this social hierarchy. I don't want to bow down just because someone's a little older than me. But hold on a second. Because to that, I would have to say it's a little different than that, because the respect and the responsibility, it goes both ways. It goes up and down. Like, yes, it's true that if you're a kohai, you have to refer to your senpai using last name and then senpai. So if it was me, you could say Mats senpai. Kohai, there's no honorific. You don't get called Mats kohai. Kohai is just, it's not really honorific. And yes, you will have to speak in a formal language called keigo whenever you speak to them with like basically desu and masu. Probably you will have to bow, a little light bow, not like you're not gonna be on the ground. A little bow. You probably have to clean up and prepare the environment for like club activities. And you might be saying, Mats, this is terrible. How does it go both ways? It's awful. お前調子乗ってんのかなんやねんこれ is what you would say if you were Japanese. Well, on the other hand, senpai has to be a good role model, a little bit of a mentor. That is what their role is and expected in the whole society of Nippon. Like in school, academia, the senpai should help you in school. Like, if you took science and now you're taking science, you should be like, hey, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Like, a little bit of tips like that is necessary. And you'll be like, arigato senpai. And what a healthy mutual relationship right there. And in clubs specifically, you know, like sports clubs, they will be a mentor. They would actually teach you, show you how to practice, show you how to do things, play the sports, how to kick a ball if you're soccer. Yes, there are senpai that will abuse this system, but to that I would have to say it's mostly frowned upon, and for those senpai, you don't even want to be noticed. Number 4, never miss out on clubs or any after-school activities. Now, clubs are called bukatsu in Japan, and they're quite different from the Western counterparts of like after-school activities. Like bukatsu, if you join one, is a year-round, the whole school year. I know that sports in America at least is seasonal. You know, there's one for fall, winter, and spring. Like it's gonna be different. Like fall is like American football, and winter could be like basketball, spring could be like track and baseball. But in Japan, the whole year around, you don't switch up typically. Like if you sign up for baseball in Japan, yaku, I don't know why, but they always get that buzz cut. You're gonna be playing baseball a whole year, non-stop, every single day. You're gonna be playing baseball. Your life is just gonna be baseball, just school then baseball, and you're not gonna most likely not play any other sports. But I've heard with that level of commitment, a lot of people actually like it. A lot of people feel like they got their youth time to shine. But you know, there are plenty of friends in Japan that was like, oh, I wish I could play 3 sports. I wanted to play soccer, I wanted to play volleyball, a little haiku, they couldn't, you know. And there were plenty of other bukatsu that you could sign up for, and for them it's only 1 year. You could sign up for like the whole year. You could sign up for things like music club, the horror club from Jujutsu Kaisen, those do exist. You could sign up for that little helper club from My Teen Romantic Comedy. There's a lot of clubs. You could make your own clubs, but most often maybe those non-sports club you could join like 2 or 3, but typically it's gonna be 1, and you're gonna do it the whole year around. But because of that, you get a long-lasting relationship because you'll be with them the whole year and you'll see them almost every single day. So it could be pretty fun. If you like the club and the people are decent people, it could be pretty fun because classmates might change, but the bukatsu, they're not gonna change. Like I said, some people could make their own bukatsu, so don't be afraid to make one. Tell me what bukatsu you would like to join. Number 5, never forget to go full send on school festivals. In Japan, school festivals are nothing like the little field day you experience in America. It's more competitive. We win, we compete. You guys separated into red, akagumi, and white, shirogumi, and we like I said, we're competing. It's called undokai, and here are some of the activities you might have seen. There's a grade-wide dance you have to do, and it has to be like synchronized, and you might have some like outfit on, and you literally have to dance with the whole grade synchronized. So you gotta practice this dance over and over again for months before the undokai happens. So after practicing getting yelled at by your sensei over and over again, oh, Matsu, what are you doing with your right leg? It's not the stanky leg. What are you, Matsu? You don't have any rhythm, Matsu. Why can't you remember? After going through that over and over again, you realize it becomes a muscle memory. You'll be perfect sync with your peers to the left and right. You'll be dancing perfectly. You also would have to do this human gymnastic like pyramid like thing called kumitaiso, and you would have most likely if you're a bigger guy, bigger girl, you'll be on the bottom, and if you're a smaller guy or girl, you'll be on higher. So I remember I was a tall kid. I wasn't a big kid, but I was a tall kid. So I would have to be in the bottom, and I have to just piled on top of like this, just so that this little people could go on top of me and create the human pyramid. So to me, those are, I think, technically the hardest portion because of the sheer amount of practice that takes place before undokai even happens. It's ridiculous. There's teachers getting involved. They're all getting yelled at because parents are gonna come, and it was just a mess the whole time. Even though at the end it was pretty good. So you want to hear all the competition? Here are some of the competitive events that people are gonna be in blood, sweat, and tears over this. Of course, we got the relay, or the relay. The fastest kids from each class will participate, 4 from each class, and whoever wins gets some points. Of course, there's the tug of war, tsunahiki. There's a little tamaire, you might have seen. They throw little balls into a basket. You got to get into the basket. Some reason anime likes to have a little tamaire moment every now and then. But I would have to say the 2 big ones that it's just sheer competition and no messing around are the ball daoshi and and the kibasen. Boldaoshi literally means stick push down. Here we got a bunch of people from the red team and then just a bunch of people from the white team. They charge at each other to push down each other's stick. That might have sounded a little weird, but half your team will be on defense, half your team will be on attack, and that's what happens. You will literally be tackled, clawed at, grabbed at through the whole process, and there'll be just guys trying to just keep the stick up. And there'll be guys trying to push down the stick on both sides. That's the whole point of the game. There's nothing more to it. Whoever gets the stick down first wins. That's the whole game. I think there was an episode on my Teen Romantic Comedy about this, yeah, they displayed it correctly. It's just a mess the whole time. It's just chaos. And then the next one I mentioned is kibasen, and this one person would literally be carried by 3 people. And you'll basically be up in air because of that. And the point of the game is, again, you'll be separated into teams, and you have to take the other team, the kibasen person's hat, whoever that's on top on the other team, you gotta take their hat, and if they take their hat, they're dead, they're gone. But the problem with this is, you have 3 people below you that you have to coordinate with to go either right, left, straight, down, up, crouch, and that's the hardest part. Somebody has to be the communicator. And there's typically 2 people behind you, and they can't see anything. You can only see your tush. So it's already vision impaired. So somebody has to synchronize which way we're supposed to go. Sometimes, some pictures, you literally just see 2 people in air just arm wrestling each other to get each other's hat, and in the bottom you just see the 3 people from each side just squished, just like don't even know what's going on up there, just getting squished. And that's because if the person falls, you're out as well. So you can't fall or get your hat stolen. It's actually pretty fun. It's thrilling. At the end, all the points are added up. You see some kids crying. You definitely see a lot of kids with just blood, sweat, just dirt. And then why do they go so ham? Because parents are coming. You know, a lot of parents might be there. The parents of someone you like might be there. You gotta represent your family. You know, this is no joke out here. Would you go to school in Japan? Leave a comment. More videos about Japanese cultures are coming. Like and subscribe to join the Nakama, and peace.